It's the final few seconds before the lights go out and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analysed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection. You have honed your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal. Epic victory or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them. MotorSport Manager. Take control.
Oh, welcome to MotorSport Manager. No, Wednesdays is going to be the new day for MotorSport Manager. I'm going to be continuing next Wednesday on the Snail Pace racing team, Formula 4 team, hoping to get to Formula E. But for today, I'm going to look at a mod. This was pointed out to me by Johnny Vee, and I'd missed it. It's on Steam Workshop and I'd missed it completely. This is an attempt to make MotoGP, motorbike racing on here. Now, it's not an easy thing to do. So I'm just going to switch that on, make it active. And we just continue that. And we will start a new career. We go short races because I'm going to try and get one race in on this. Don't want tutorials. Just check that's all what's active. Yeah, we don't want ice or fire mod. Don't use mods together. It doesn't pay. And these are the three that I personally recommend. Well, these two for cars: ice mod 2018, fire mod 2017. Very good mods indeed. And this is MotoGP Mod, which is the one we're going to be looking at. This is brand spanking new, about a couple of weeks, I suppose now. I've done a couple of races on it. We just make up a test player, the well-known ex-racer from the UK. Put them back a few years, about to 78, that'll do. And I'm not going to bother. This is just having a look at it, so I'm not going to worry with any of this. We just leave it as is. Now, you can create a team. We'll have a look at that first. This bit will show the same as cars because it's very difficult to do what he's done. Now, before we get too far, I'm going to say this mod is brilliant, but it's still work in progress. And you've got Moto GP, Moto 2 and Moto 3. I'm not going to create a team because that could take a bit too long. I'm just going to go with a ready built one. But you also have the GT series, which is the SPK Superbike World Championship, and the British Sports Bike Superbike World Championship, not World Championship. You've got two tiers there. I'll just see what we've got here. I'm going to come out of this as soon as that's loaded in there enough. But you can see you've got your bike there. We'll have a proper look at it in a minute. We'll go back again. And we'll go back to one what's already done, a choose team. One thing not to do at the moment, do not go to endurance because he hasn't finished it. The GT series, as I say, is pretty super. Let's see what we got in there. Haven't actually looked at this bit properly, and he's got the right makes here. Smiths, Kawasaki. I don't know who they are. Who they use. I'm not a great one on the modern bike racing. I still prefer it when it was 500s for the seniors, the main class, 350s the juniors, second class, lightweights 250s, ultra lightweight 125s, and a 50 which became 80cc for the real minnows and sidecars. Well, all we got now is these. I can't relate to these as well, but you got all the main ones. The Royal Air Force are a sponsor, and we got Honda, Tyco, and that's BMW, Yamaha, two lots of Yamaha, because there's a lot of these used bikes from all over. Now, you will notice that some of these things here on, it's got the British flag on, but there's Norway there, France for that. Yeah. But I'll forgive them that. It is work in progress. It's absolutely brilliant the way it works. And with Kawasaki there. So we've got all the main ones. No Triumph I notice in there. Let's say he's a doing Triumph. Doesn't tell you. Well, we're not going to bother to look at that anyway. We'll go and have a look at... Go back again and have a look at the Superbike. See what you've got the choice there. And hey, and a lot of these I don't know. Since I haven't really watched bike racing since the late 80s, I suppose, when it changed and lost series as far as I'm concerned. But I still like to play a bit now. You got BMW, Aprilia, Kawasaki, MV, a famous name, and it should be Italy. Never mind. We're forgiving all this because it's not easy to do. Honda, Yamaha, Ducati, and Kawasaki again. Just notice there is no Triumph. No, Triumph do take part in British Superbike, certainly. I'll just check I didn't miss them. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got. Unless that is, but Maya Engineering. Oh no, somebody still talk about cars. Ah, yeah, so what they've got is he hasn't changed these over as yet. No, he hasn't changed these over. He's got the titles in, but ignore that. And we'll have a look at the single-seater series. Moto 3 is I have looked at Moto 3. As you can see, he's got all new videos in here. Now, the problem with this is, this again has only got the car stuff on here, so that's why it looks completely wrong. But he's got the titles, the names are right, as far as I can see. They're certainly all fresh. I don't recognise these from MotorSport Manager. I'm not that well up on MotoGP. We'll have a look at 2. I never looked at 2. I went from 3. I had a look at 3, then went straight on to the MotoGP itself. I'm just looking to see what they say. Let's see if we can find one with an actual... Yeah, I think these haven't been changed. It's just the names have been changed. So we'll look at one. The one I know does look good. There we are. Just let that load in. And this is what we'll go with. We'll do a short race on MotoGP. Alright, we've got... These all look about right. And you see that it's also managed to do all these. It's a lot of work here. Let me tell you. This is not a 5-minute job to change this lot over. Or just putting this in is not quick. Then you've got Yamaha, Ducati, Honda, Tech 3. I'm not certain whose engine they use, but Suzuki. There's a lot of private teams in here. LCR, this Aprilia. I know Aprilia are fairly well known. Italian actually. KTM Austrian, I believe. But as you can see, they've got all the proper text in here. So we'll pick one of these out. Who should we? I'm using a Suzuki in my own playthrough. There's no Triumph, but we can't have everything. We'll pick a European team, shall we? KTM. Well, pressurised. I don't really want a pressurised. Might for one race. I'm not going to make much difference. Aprilia. Yeah, we'll try Aprilia or Ducati. Yes, high. No, we'll try Aprilia. We'll go with that. And I'm just going to run one race. And once we have a look at MotoGP and how it works on MotorSport Manager, he's done a brilliant job to get as far as he has so far. Endurance doesn't work yet, don't try it, he's nowhere near finished up. But what I found, MotoGP certainly works. I haven't tried any of the others properly yet. But we'll see what we've got here. We'll go through all this lot again, and you see we've got a whole load of new seers and welcome. Oh, welcome. Report. Scott Redding's not brilliant. His potential is good. And Alex is good by the looks of it. 18, 19 are to be targets. Well, they're not saying we're going to do much. We just go for the bottom. Not I'm going to be playing this after this one anyway. Alright, and that's the pit crew. We have a look at the pit crew. And that's very similar to what you get there. What is slightly wrong, you'd only have one man at the front, one man at the back for tyres. You'd have you would have jack people either end, but you don't normally change tyres on a motorcycle race. It sounds refueling, but look, I mean, got refueling there. So you'd have one at the front, one at the back to change the tyres. One guy was probably ready to fix, because remember on a bike you only got a small amount of. But I think there's stuff he cannot alter because of what he's based it on, and the only thing he's got to base it on is MotorSport Manager. I'm going to get rid of this. Fire him. Fire him. They're not that good. The rest of them are fine for now. Just see if there's anybody good in here. Tyres. Well, that's good on tyres, so we'll have him. Confirm. You do need to change tyres on this car, same as you did on the car one. Which is not surprising. I'm not going to tell you that's too low a stamina, 78. 11, 12, yeah, we'll take that one. It's worthwhile. And he's also good on the front jack. And we'll get rid of the other one. I'll just go back there and just reject him out of hand. Remember, we haven't got any proper people as yet, and I'm not going to bother getting them. I'll put it on management. Oh, concentration is good there, so it looks like we've got good engineers here. Let's have a look at the stuff. Yes, the engineers are fine. Designer's fine too. Riders, yeah, they're not too bad. So we'll leave well alone there, so just run the one race. Let's go through everything. Home page. Well, let's see our riders, our bike, our team stats. Headquarters is quite good. Drivers could be better, 9th best. 10th best for the bike. Staff 10th. Sponsorship 7, and pit crew 12. Right, we've got some sponsors here anyway, but we'll get through to those. This shows you the race, and let's have a look at the calendar. You get plenty of races in this. No more, as far as I can see, what Johnny's been going through with his sports car series, 7 or 8 races a season, that's it. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 races there they make. And you quite often race at the same circuit twice in a row. You see here Munich twice, 4th and 18th, but there'd be different Munich circuits. 3 times in a row at Munich. But that's because of the shortage of circuits, and then because Portugal you've got 3 here. Brazil just a 1, United States just a 1. No Britain though, which is always a bit of a shame, I think. And these are random because the one I'm playing now I've got 14 races, I believe. Again, and they're 2x2, and there is no Italy twice, Milan there, Australia. There is no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no Britain again, so it must be randomised. Right, next one, have a look at player test plasma, and you put very secure. Just standard mile. When we looked at the mile car, well, in pro parts, oh look, already got the factory up. So what we will do is improve the reliability of the engine. And what else is under 65? And just to try and get everything up right. Brakes. We'll do the suspension on both. Now let's see who's best at this. This is what I found doesn't work too well. You should about hover over there and find who is best for what. So we just go to staff and have a quick look. Details. His reliability and performance 18 on each. And he is 19 on each, so I ain't going to make much difference. They're both excellent. Absolutely excellent. So we go back here. Now we get some power up. Now spec parts are the wings, and you wouldn't actually have wings on bikes. That was tried once. Colin Lister tried it back in the 70s, I think, or 80s. It was a disaster. An absolute disaster. I'm going to up the engine gearbox, try and get the performance of those up. Try and get this side coming around the same sort of time. Everything's finished. That'll do. Alright. Design bits. Oh, come on. Let's design something. Well, what we lot? 9th, 10th. Brakes. We've certainly got to go on brakes. We're a bit down on those. This is the best bet there. And then you get a fight. Who's going to get the new parts when it's ready? Right, we had a look there. Headquarters. Well, headquarters looks quite good. Let's have a look at the upgrades. Let's just look to see if anything there. So we're already very good on staff and branding. We're quite good on performance. We're 5th best. 4th best on the factory. 5th best on design. Actually, we haven't got that much money to play with. One thing I always handy to know is the weather, but I don't think it's quite so important in this. We've already got the helipad and the scouting facilities maxed out, so we're fine on those. We will bring the staff up because it helps to get the staff better. And what we got is 16. Well, we could do one more new build. Anything there new? We could do a tour centre. That will bring some money in, so we'll go with that. Might seem stupid what to do, but everything else isn't too bad. But it would be nice to do the tour centre, which will bring money in. Right, that's the headquarters looked at. Team, well, see there, we look fine. Drivers we already had a look at, and I like the work he's done on the backgrounds there. And it actually works. This works very well indeed. That's automatic scouting. We'll have a quick. We will put down, as we've got plenty of slots here. We look at. Alright. That'll do. We'll just look at some of the ones already there. Just so you can see how everything works. Finances. Set budget for next year's car. Well, in case it's next year's bike. And we go to maximum. We're going to make a loss here, they say, but we've got some sponsorship deals. So let's have a look. I don't want these ones. I'd rather a fixed race. No, this one. Up front and 50,000 per race. I'd rather have that. At least that's money coming in every race. And this isn't too bad either. $1.5 million up front and 50,000 every race. We'll take that. I don't know what else we got here. 10 for above. Yeah, we've got a whole load of these ones. Which we 15 for above. 12 for above. Oh, I don't like these ones. Aprilia are paying us. Now that's our own company, of course. Well, standings we ain't got to worry about, so we just fast forward to get ready for the first race. And we should be running this on short before I know. I haven't changed things. And this is all the brakes build is complete. Brilliant. So what we do is we'll go back here. Our brake is a bit poor. Let's see if we've got anything. That's not too bad, so we put the brakes in its place. And we leave the brakes where they are because they are a lot better than what we've already got. And we'll see if we can get the brakes up there. So we're going to put more on there. I'm more interested now in getting the brakes ready than improving performance. And we're designing another part. Let's put the brakes up now. We need an engine. Well, top speed, either that or fuel efficiency. No fuel stops on this. Fuel efficiency would be handy, but we're going to put top speed. Next time we can go for fuel efficiency on the next engine. And we'll leave him working away at that. And let's get round to the next bit. Interview requests. Now. Don't care. Oh, it sounded just like Johnny there. Johnny, of course, is playing a live stream series on this. Not regular. Can't always tell when it's going to be, but whenever he feels like it. But you can always watch the repeat on YouTube, which is how I normally catch it. Scouting reports, yeah. Let's go to about the opener. There shouldn't be any rain, because on bikes they don't know if it rains during a race, they stop and you change tyres, basically. Alright, so we've got everything there. We've got our first one through. I'm not going to look at them. We don't need them. Alright, let's get through to the first race. Alright, we're at the first race. Well, I'm not just going to show any real hope, and we're going to make a loss by the looks of it on this first one. If we make a profit, we get 10 for above. Oh, we're going to go with 15 for above. It's more like what we can expect. You see, it's going to be dry all the way through. Let's have a look at parts fit and see if there's any parts ready. Brakes are just about ready, so who should have the brakes? Well, we'll give them to him. He's got the new brakes, and that's the only change we're going to make. They're both content at the moment, and that will do us. Alright, let's get to practice. Once it loads in, one thing a lot of these mods do increase your loading time, so beware. But do I recommend this game? Yes, I do. For me, this is one of the best management games. Beats Football Manager hands down, because Football Manager's got so involved now that I can't manage it. I used to manage it when I was Championship Manager, same game, but I want those two running there. I will all say car setup, so ignore that. We have a look at Dubai Track A. Have we got anything on Dubai Track A? Track D there. Track A, here we are, we'll use this. And we don't want the best tyres on, we want those tyres on, change setups, and we'll load them up with the same thing. Dubai, track A, load. Tyre choice we know is right, so we'll leave that alone. And we will take practice. Send out. Stints for race trim, of course. Send out. Race trim, great. They're both on race trim, so we're laughing there. Turn the phone forward. We'll just do Johnny and turn this round. That's just so Johnny doesn't feel too left out of it. Oh, we're good with him. Now we do one lap, times 4. Everything's going to be run at times 4. As you see, the bikes don't look too bad. They don't hurt, they don't lean, but it doesn't really matter. It gives a feeling of a race. It's close enough for me. Oh, miles out. Miles out. We got. What we do is have a look. I think let's increase the downforce quite a bit. The speed balance isn't far out. Bring him up there. And we try that. See what that does. I'll put the speed balance up 1. Right. Going to go out for 1 lap. And they're both as bad as each other. So we're trying the same on both of them. That's about right. This one will be the speed balance down slightly. And just to see. And again, I do 1 lap. There is time on this. Bring both in. Go on to Reading. And see how he does. Qualification, I'm going to fast forward through that. Just simulate it. Just need to do a practice. And the race, which as I said is short. Oh, that's better. I don't think we're going to do a lot better than that, chaps. Well, we should do a bit, I suppose. So we want to go. We know speed is brilliant. It's there. It's on the money. I know which way. Yeah, we want to take it this way very slightly. And wants to go this way a bit. Right, we're going to say that's going to be right, so we're going to put him now to do 12 laps, straight out race trim, and see how he goes. This one isn't quite so good, but we didn't expect it to be. Because we know we got the gear ratios, we went the wrong way. So we go up to about there on gear ratio, and one more. One more. We should be somewhere. No. Speed ratio. Look the wrong one. We only want to go 1. Should look at the bottom there. Yeah, that's right. Handling went bad. Downforce is spot on. Now handling, we can probably go a smidgen more that way. This one I'm just going to give him 1 lap again because I'm just not certain if he's got it quite right. Yeah, so what's we're doing this 1 lap here. Just to tell you that Wednesdays will be MotorSport Manager Day. I decided to come back on a Wednesday. It was my day off, but I want somewhere to fit everything I want to do. I will be slowing down again when 19 comes. I'm not certain how many Chairs we're going to have going at one time here though. Handling's gone way out the window. So actually I want to come back to about there, I would say. Just try it there, and we'll give him one more lap, and then I'll set him to do lots of laps until we run out of time. Yes, well, you wouldn't have downforce on bikes, but don't. You have to ignore all that. I can quite easily, but this, as a biker, this suits me better than car racing. Well, I don't mind open wheeler. Wait for him to come in. He's in his pit. Oh, look at that. The boy's a genius. 99. He ain't gonna do much better than that. 10 minutes for 12 laps. Yeah, it's just come to level 2. Leave him on the same tyres. Tyres will be fairly well gone by the time he's done 12 laps, if he gets a chance to do 12. As soon as we get up to level 3 on knowledge, if we've got time, I'll bring them both in to have a look and see how we can do on qualifying, if we can get anything qualifying. We're not doing too good in practice. We're still the bottom 2 riders. Oh, Redding keeps topping his best times, but he's still a long way behind. Incidentally, I'm running Suzuki as my team. I'll give him a bit more tyre grip. Tyres are worn, but they're almost up to 3rd level, so we'll bring them in. Yeah, bring them both in, and we'll put them on to qualifying for about 3 minutes by the time they come in. Should about get up to 1 level of qualifying. That's him done. Stint qualifying, and we'll put them on to maximum we can do, which is 3, and put them on to super softs. I think in turn bike racing, certainly when I was racing, you had a bigger range of tyres to top teams. Oh boy, we're miles out here. Monday isn't doing too well. We're putting back onto there. We tried to improve things and failed. We ain't got time to play with it now, so we'll leave them on that. Well, I should have just brought them in after 1 lap. That's too late now. See if we can improve now when he gets out there. I'm not certain how the difficulty compares with the base game, because I don't play the base game now. And before anybody else, I play either with fire or ice as my mods. Normally my one and only mod. I'm at 2 minutes, so we're just about done practice. Let's see if Redding can go any better now. He's got 1 better tyres and 2 a better setup. And remember, on bikes, the setup is very important. The rider's life depends on the setup being right. And you would not take chances either tyres will wear enough to kick them out, whereas you might in a car. On a bike, it pays not to leave them just out there. That's better. We're off the bomb at last. This is Redding's last lap, and Espargo was on his last lap, or what his name is. I don't know, like Redding's going to improve anyhow. No, I don't think we're going to be doing very well. Suzuki, the team I'm using on my run through, has gone very well indeed. I think we might win in the first season. Yeah. Because Aprilia are not one of the top 10. No, I'm not going to bother what they're saying. I'll just ignore that. And we didn't actually make the qualification thing too, so we're going to make a loss on this first one. Qualifying trim super softs. There goes the phone again. Always seems to go when we're doing this. Let's have a look at the setups. Yeah, that's better. Alright, let's see what we've got. We'll speed that ride up. Look at those whip round there. Right. There go disappearing off the bottom. And I don't think we'll get up into the sponsor's objectives for qualifying. And we're not. 19th and 22nd. Right, let's get ready for the race itself. Be times for slow race or quick race. Don't really want any of these. Not too worried what they're saying about me. Just wait for it all to load in and get us ready. Because the grid's 2, I think you're in 3s nowadays. When I was racing, you're about 5 across the grid, and there would be 40 bikes on a grid. I was only racing clubman racing, but 40 was not unknown. Oh, I don't want to change. Yes, I do want to change the setup. I want to change the tyres. Oh, those. See if we can save a little bit on not having to pit as often to change tyres. Give them that. Strategy, well, flat out for a start on tyres and high on fuel use. Right, there we go. That's it. Oh, I know. We're too far down to wait for that to come through. Oh, we've got a good start. And we're cutting through the field. Well, we were. We seem to stop cutting through the field. Now, at least Redding is just in the objective for the sponsors. And he's out now, no back in. No back in on. Only 15 laps, so we're let's see how the burn goes on the fuel. I think we're gonna knock it back now, and we've dropped out and dropped back down now. "13 laps to go." As I said before, I think I prefer the longer races now. There's one or two names I recognise: Morbidelli, Rossi, Crutchlow, Lorenzo. But I'm more at home with Sheen, Howard, Ivy, Reed, Rainey. A whole group of Jack Finley, Dave Simmons. More my era. Watch out the tyres are overheating. 11 laps, we will increase the fuel burn for a little while. Whether the engines will last too much fuel burn, we don't know, but we'll find out. Have a quick look. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, they're both okay there. Well, at least we're consistent with 18th and 19th. Now, of course, on boats you wouldn't be radioing back to the pits. It's not as yet implemented as far as I'm aware. We will have to pit once by the looks of it. Look like our ride is that smooth because we are burning a lot of tyre up compared to some of the others. If we could get through to the end without pitting, it would be brilliant. Scott Redding's now got worn tyres, so I'll give him one more lap, and they're all coming into pit now, so we're pitting the end of this lap. Moved out of pit, oh yeah, look at that, 8 to 10, there's 8 laps left. In fact, he's not going to do it, he's going to pit twice. I am going to cancel that. I'm going to make him go another lap at least and try and get through just one pit stop. It's all part of my master strategy. He is quite heavy on tyres. We have to do one more lap, I think. Yeah, we're pitting this time. So I hope he survives through, but balanced pit stop, nothing too out of the ordinary. Tubber one's got to wait another lap before he can pit. So we're down to 14% on that tyre. If we get out quickly, they go on there, right? He's in. He's passed, so we pit him. 9 to 11 in his 6 laps. We'll go with the same tyres again. Won't make any difference really. Same strategy. And the rating has now dropped to 15th. Well, we were for a short while up in the points. 18th. Oh dear. He's complaining about the tyre wear, but I'm not worried about that. Oh boy, look at that. I think he got home just in time. And we're just got back into the correct bit there. Oh, I better just knock his thing. About 4 full laps to go. Yeah, 4 full laps to go. We may get one of them finished where the sponsors want us, and people are starting to hit mechanical problems now. I'm keeping an eye on the fuel burn because there's 3 laps to go. I do not want to run out of fuel. It's a terrible way to lose a race. And he's got problems coming out his engine, but we are not going to worry about that. He's dropped a place, but I think we should be alright. We're only 7 seconds ahead of the 16th place man. Someone else is coming to pit. Crutchlow. Mechanical troubles and a tyre change. I think I was right to make them run as long as they could on those tyres. Final lap. And they get a bit scared about the condition of the bike. Just burn out the final juice in the tanks, and we should be alright now. We might just get another place, will we? No. Oh, he might drop a place too. Oh, yeah, he dropped to 15, but he still got in there. As you see, it looks very similar to car racing, but with bikes. It works. So if you're into, or if you've got MotorSport Manager, you want something slightly different, I recommend you try the MotoGP mod. It's on, say, on Steam Workshop. And one thing to remember when you come out of it, if you're finished, turn that mod off because it messes up anything else you use. Because it is so different. Oh well, we just got in target. Let's see what we've got here. We get points right down to about 20, I think. Yeah, we do a long way down. So we both got points. This puts us up to 8th in the table. Whoopee. And as you can see, some of these not too keen. Anyway, I'm going to say I'm going to take this as my screenshot. I think something a little bit different. Oh no, wait a minute, I'm looking for something from my screenshot here, not this. Anyway, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. Really must learn how to speak. If you're not a subscriber and wish to see more, mainly farming sim and now a bit more MotorSport Manager, subscribe. I'll be doing MotorSport Manager once a week. And we'll have that as our screenshot. Just let it all fill in. Something a little bit different. Right, we got that. We made a little bit of money on that. That's not too bad then. We did make money. Whoopee. Get through this lot quickly. And the engine's built, so as soon as we can work on that, we'll be okay. Yeah, I was saying, if you're not a subscriber, how about subscribing? I'm always happy if you're bored, but take that one screenshot too, and I'll decide which I'm going to use. So with that is, any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, feel free to post them in the comment section under this video. And with that, it's me, I'm saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.